Greetings. I'm doing this particular video because I wanted to let the public know, and the family, and just the overall conscious community in general know about some information that I have been researching, and some information that's actually been circulating on the internet through some of the descendants of the Mayan people. And some of the descendants of the Mayan people have been talking about how there's going to be abundance of dark matter energy available on December the 22nd. Many people are aware of this date, which is December the 21st, 2012. A lot of people are saying that a lot of catastrophic things are going to happen and things like that. But according to the Mayans and the research of the Mayans, and they've been on this planet for over 3,000 years, so they've seen this shift happen before. And according to them, when this particular alignment happens on December the 22nd, it lasts for 8 minutes, and this alignment is going to channel an abundance of dark matter particles into the universe and into the earth, because of the alignment that the earth is going to be lined up directly with the galactic center, which is going to cause an abundance of dark matter particles to enter into the universe. And a lot of people don't really understand dark matter, but I'm just going to help people to understand it, I guess, more on a metaphysical level. Now, what dark matter can be used for is this. Dark matter can be used to experience the fourth dimensional state, I guess, more consciously. That's what the whole dark matter element is about, and a dark matter particle is about. So according to the Mayans, and what scientists are keeping from people, or what they're not telling people, is that they're going to harness abundance of dark matter particles on December the 22nd. They're going to harness a certain amount of it, and they're going to use this dark matter, these dark matter particles, to create all types of new technology. Now, a lot of people haven't been following this, but I meant to do a video about this, but I'll talk about it here. But scientists have already been using dark matter to create, they've actually used dark matter to create camouflage tanks, to the point where they have tanks now that, this might sound crazy or whatever, they're invisible. You cannot see these tanks because these tanks are cloaked in like a dark matter particle, to where these tanks are invisible. You can research this stuff or whatever and look it up, you know what I'm saying, if you think that I'm making this stuff up or whatever. But they have invisible tanks that are made from dark matter particles. So the military is already experimenting with dark matter technology, and they're going to go deeper into it. When you watch movies that talk about the fourth dimension, like Avatar and stuff like that, that's what they need a certain amount of these dark matter particles to enable us humans to be able to go deeper into the fourth dimension. And that's basically because they want to do this synthetically. Now, there's a natural way to actually harness this dark matter energy, believe it or not, and the ancients knew about this. And the reason why I'm saying that the ancients knew about this is because the pyramids that were built by the ancients all over the planet or whatever, like the pyramids in South America, the pyramids in all over the continent of Africa, and all these different pyramids, they were built in a way to where they harness energy. Those complexes, the pyramid complexes, and those places where the pyramids are at, they harness energy through the pyramids, because the pyramids are what's called a tetrahedron. They're a tetrahedron, and a tetrahedron is designed to where it can harness and store energy, any type of energy particles. So what happens is that when this alignment happens, there's going to be dark matter energy particles available on the planet. And a lot of the pyramid complexes in places like the Giza complex, and places like in South America like Yucatan, and places that have pyramids and even mounds that are built, these places are going to harness a lot of dark matter energy and hold a lot of dark matter energy, believe it or not. And this is important because the ancients built these structures for this purpose, because they knew that this type of energy was the energy that's needed to shift the planet, that this energy is what's needed to take us into 4D. Because dark matter energy is a fourth dimensional type of technology. It takes us into 4D because it's going, like, basically dark matter is kind of like the concept of antimatter. It's matter that you cannot really supposedly see, but it's very real. And you can't see it because we can only see on various levels of the UV spectrum, as I always talk about. And dark matter exists on a higher level of the UV spectrum. So really, in reality, dark matter is higher versions of light. But what they're looking for is the dark matter particle, and they're going to take that dark matter particle and try to transform this planet through technology and a bunch of experiments with by harnessing this particle. And extraterrestrial beings are helping them, assisting them in this process, and giving them the technology to even harness these particles or whatever during this time. Now, there's always a synthetic way to do a thing, and then there's always a natural way to do a thing. And on Twitter today, I was kind of tweeting about this, and I decided to do a video just to kind of briefly talk about it. And there's something that you could do to harness this energy in your aura. And again, the Mayan video that talks about this is available on YouTube or whatever. So I'm going to try to leave a link in reference to this video on the bottom of this video or whatever. But the Mayans go more into this. But basically, essentially what it is that your body is a pyramid, believe it or not. You are a star tetrahedron. Your body is a pyramid, and you can harness and capture energy within your aura when you learn how to do proper breathing and proper meditation, and when you eat a proper diet. Say, for instance, if you go inside of a bar and there's a lot of negative energy and you come in there feeling positive, you're going to come out of that bar feeling a little bit more negative than what you did before you went in there. The reason why is because you've captured and harnessed this energy in your aura. Well, the same thing can happen with dark matter energy and particles. You can capture and harness this mystical energy that's only going to be available, keep in mind, for 8 minutes on the 22nd. It's only going to be available for 8 minutes during that time or whatever. So they say or whatever. It's going to be available for 8 minutes. But anytime you know about astrology or whatever, I'm telling people that on the 22nd, it's available all day. If you do a meditation for 8 minutes, anytime on the 22nd, that energy is going to be in the atmosphere. That energy is going to be in the air. You're going to be able to channel that energy because of the fact that our planet is aligning directly with the galactic center. And that alignment, I mean, the abundance of that energy, you're going to feel that. A lot of people are even feeling the shift right now. So what's going to happen is that if people don't capture this energy and put it into their aura, then their consciousness level is not going to be there, and they're not, basically, essentially, you didn't make the shift. And it's really that simple. In order for you to make the shift, according to the Mayans and the descendants of the Mayans, very interesting. In order for you to make the shift, you have to capture and harness this energy into your aura. You have to capture and harness this energy into your aura, and this is going to give you a new consciousness. This is essentially what it's going to do. So when people think about, well, I want to make the shift and I don't want to lose my family and what's going to happen, you're thinking physical. You have to understand that this is consciousness, people. It's about consciousness here. So if you made the shift, it's basically, are you on another level of consciousness, or are you still the same old Dick and Jane that you were before the shift? Are you still thinking about the same problems that you were before the shift? Are you still worrying about money like you were before the shift? Are you still getting your balls busted by the system like you were before the shift? Are you still worrying about, you know what I'm saying, how you going to find and attract a soulmate or a twin flame like you were before the shift? Are you still worried in general? See, if you're still worried, then you're still on a lower level. If you have no worries and you're at peace and you live in the now, then you've made the shift. See, making the shift doesn't have anything to do with how much money you have, how many material items you have, as to whether or not you with your soul mate or twin flame. It has nothing to do with that. Making the shift is basically, are you in another state of consciousness to where you are happy with yourself in the now? Can you accept yourself for who you are? That's what making the shift is all about. So during this 8 minutes, according to the Mayans, in my research, you're going to be able to shift your consciousness, because during this 8 minutes, we're going to experience, during this whole day, really is going to experience like a euphoria of consciousness is going to come through on the 22nd. So the Mayans say. And this euphoria of consciousness is basically going to have us feeling like in bliss. Like you're going to see the answer and the solution to all your problems during this time. You're going to see, like, everybody's going to know that it's going to be okay during this time. But what's going to happen is, according to the Mayans, that if we don't harness this energy after the 22nd, when the 23rd comes, it's going to be all over. That's right. It's going to be all over. The reason why it's going to be all over is because we didn't take advantage and harness the energy. See, energy has to be worked with. It's like people think the shift is just going to happen and it's just going to be like a merry-go-round, and we just got to just jump on the circus and wait in line and just jump on the next horse or whatever, and we don't have to do anything. We don't have to think. See, people are used to not doing, but you have to do certain things in order for you to harness the energy so that you can use this energy to change your life, because the consciousness that's going to come through during this time, you have all the solutions to your problems during this period of time. And I know the guy on the video was talking about the 22nd being the date, but what I'm telling people is that this energy has been available since the 3rd of December. It's really the same energy. It's just that on the 22nd, what I believe, according to the Mayans, is that that's the peak of it. That's when the burst of consciousness is going to come through. And that's when scientists know about this. That's when the dark matter energy is going to come through. So this isn't something that science doesn't accept, because scientists know about it as well. It's just something that is being talked about, I guess you could say, more so like on a hidden secret level. And a lot of people aren't really talking about it because they don't really want you to know that this energy is available, because this is what the shift is really all about. See, while you watching 2012 movies and you watching all these Hollywood stuff and getting caught up in all these shootings and stuff like that that's going on, the real shift is the energy that's present right now in this atmosphere. And the reason why I set up the rituals that I set up was really just to balance the fear. It was really just to balance the fear, because of the fact that the fear is what's creating all of this drama for 2012. It's the fear. So during this time of this eight minutes of consciousness, where you do this 8-minute meditation, you're just going to take in this energy by just simply doing simple, like when I tell people, in order to take in energy, just do simple breathing exercises. Breathing in for 3 seconds, holding your breath for 3 seconds, and releasing for 3 seconds. And if you do that, I mean, I always give people the same meditation technique. I know people are like, man, give us something different. You haven't mastered that yet. If you haven't mastered that yet, I can't give you anything different. So I have to do my duty and give you that. But I'm giving you that technique because that's the best technique to harness energy. The best technique. And as long as you're using your visualizations and you're working with your soul memory and stuff like that while you're meditating, you're going to be able to see the solutions to all your problems. So what you want to do between now and then is write down every problem that you have right now that you're worried about and see the solution to it on the 22nd. And when you see the solution to it, accept it and live in it. Whatever the solution is that you see on the 22nd, accept that, because that's the solution to your problems. So that's just something that I want to just kind of like, I guess, back up the Mayan, the descendants of the Mayans, and kind of just, offer a little bit of information to those people that watch some of my videos on YouTube, just to let people know that there is going to be a burst of consciousness available on December the 22nd. So I definitely suggest that you guys take advantage of that energy, and I'll make the most of it by just meditating. All you gotta do is meditate for at least 8 minutes on that day. 8 minutes is key because it takes light 8 minutes and 21 seconds, the light from the sun. It takes it 8 minutes and 21 seconds for it to hit this planet and for it to penetrate this planet. So that's why the 8 minutes is key, because you want to give the light time to emerge on this planet. So when you connect with the center of the universe through your meditation, you're connecting with that light. And then you're allowing that light to come back to this planet through you. So you act as a conductor when you do this meditation. So this is the most powerful meditation that you could ever do, because we'll never be able to experience this again for another 26,000 years or something like that. So take advantage of this energy. Awesome time. Just want to do this brief video just to let people know that there are going to be an abundance of dark matter energy available, and you can store this energy in your aura. You can keep this energy through simple breathing techniques, and when you keep this energy, it's going to give you a higher level of consciousness. It's going to help you see through your problems and be able to, I get like I like to call pierce the fog, or be able to see through the smoke or whatever. So the only way that, like, this consciousness isn't key, because you're going to see it, but don't get rocked back to sleep. Don't get rocked back to sleep. Keep the energy in your aura. I thank you for listening and watching, and until we meet again, I'll leave you in Namaste.